Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night wherever you're from, and real quick before we get started, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for choosing to support me even further. Your guys' generosity means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. And if you're interested in any of these cute little emotes, loyalty crown badges, if you want to support me even further, I deeply appreciate it, so thank you if you choose to do so. However, as always, that's never a requirement for me because just watching the content is the best thing that I can ask from all of you. Liking, subscribing, watching, commenting, you guys are the best, so thank you guys so much. And you know, just like the title of the video says, we're actually going to be doing a Sakura shooting test, but the Sakura shooting test is going to be a little bit different. And what I mean by that, you know, let's get started and let's talk about it, because in regards to Sakura, we're not really going to see her full potential because the way that the interception X is, it's not the best for the parts because we really want to test on train especially. But also the way that Union shooting range is, we don't really have a boss to test on, which is unfortunate. You know, hopefully we get that in the future, but it's just not the way it is right now. But that being said though, we're just going to do a blanket DPS check. So let's just get started. And when it comes to the overload gear, I have, you know, 555 on everything for her. Overload gear lines that you really should focus on is elemental, attack, and max ammo. Those are definitely the three that you should focus on because, I mean, she's just like an assault rifle blanket DPS, which is fine, but just, you know, focus on that. I just went with whatever I could because I just don't have that many rocks. And for skill 1 and 2, honestly, most of her DPS comes from skill 2 and her burst. So you don't even have to do 777. You could do maybe 477, 41010. Obviously, you probably want skill 1 when we actually do bosses, so that's why I'm just doing 777. So, you know, just be aware. And then also for the cube, you could probably put her on Resilience or Bastion. I just have her on Wingman because I just don't have any other room right now. So that's the unfortunate part, but I'm just letting you know what I have. So, you know, let's get started. And with teams, it's not really that big of a deal because when it comes to teams, the way that it can work is that since we're just worrying about her DPS, we really don't need to worry about having Rosanna here. This is just going to be a, you know, blanket DPS check. So I'm just going to put her in here with Crown, Litter, and Naga. And then have Scarlet OG here as like just a comparison. And we're going to actually put them in the AoE for now. Because with the AoE, there's something that I really wanted to talk about with Sakura that really lags her damage behind compared to Scarlet. And that's the sustain that she has. Because you see that blue and pink effect. Well, here's the problem with that blue and pink effect that you see. The Rapture's now dead. So that means that sustain damage that she was building up with DPS is gone. And it really is only effective if it's on like the boss, like you can see. Because that's just pure DPS, it's just constantly going against the boss. And it's going to raise her damage, right? So that's one of the problems that we suspected when it came to that, because, you know, with boss ads or just ads in general, she's just going to do a lot, you know, less damage than if she were to focus all her sustain just on a single boss. Which is why if we go look at the comparisons right now, you know, Scarlet's just outdoing everything right now, you know, as usual. But what I want to do is real quick, you know, I'll come back and we'll see the, you know, the numbers, and then we'll talk about it. So give me 1 second. Alright, so we're starting to wind down here towards the end right now. So we're about to get a good idea of, like, you know, the damage comparisons right now. So, you know, let's take a quick look. And I'm not going to be surprised, honestly. Like, that's going to be, yeah, you know, that's a pretty huge gap for Sakura compared to Scarlet. And that definitely has to do with the sustain going to the Raptures. So that's why I really wanted to do that comparison, because I want you to remember this gap between Sakura and Scarlet. So let's go do the boss. And obviously, it's 3 minutes. We're not going to do the full 3 minutes, obviously, on camera. I just want to, you know, talk about it and talk about how that damage is going to, you know, really come up for Sakura. And it's going to compare to Scarlet, which is kind of insane. I didn't really expect her to do a lot of damage, but I just want to show you. Because all this sustain right here is just going to focus straight up onto the boss. And I think that's really, really cool and really, really good. Just even for a blanket DPS check, this is really good. And real quick, what I want to do is just have Sakura burst, but then I want to have Scarlet burst. So we can get a fair, you know, comparison from both of them of like where they're at currently. And then we'll get a good idea and then go from there and just wait the 3 minutes. Because, you know, we already have her little swipe. We have to wait for the 4 minutes to go up. And then we'll just, you know, get a quick look real quick. Alright, so it's over. So let's, you know, take a quick look. And look at that. Sakura is just barely trailing behind Scarlet in terms of just DPS. And that's really crazy. I think that's really crazy. Full Glory is so good, man, for her. Not only that, but her burst, Ephemeral Splendor, is crazy. Really, really good. So what we're going to do is, you know, real quick, we'll come back, and then we'll get a better idea at the end of the, you know, the countdown. So we're back right now. You know, the timer just finished right now. And we're going to get a good look at her results right now. So we're going to go press tab. And I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm really impressed here. Not only is she like really close to Scarlet, but it's so close. 391.3 to 392.5. That's really crazy. And the fact that we're not even using her skill 1 here technically is kind of crazy. And, you know, for the record, I have my Scarlet Overload Gear 5 and stuff, 10, 10, 10. So my Sakura is technically not even fully invested for her skill 2 and burst. So technically, I could possibly outshine my Scarlet because of that. If I invested in her more, which is crazy. And she's definitely pulling numbers. And the fact that, you know, I just literally went over and got first place on that is kind of crazy. So, really, really good. Overall, I'm extremely happy about Sakura. I knew she was going to be a boss killer, obviously, when it came down to it. But I did not expect her to do so much DPS that she would be on par with my Scarlet. And I think a lot of people should do some testing with her and figure out, you know, find that, like, good middle ground for her, because I think she's really great. Not just for, like, boss, you know, parts, but just, like, as just, like, a solo boss thing. I think she can do really, really well. So, I'm hoping that we get good things from, you know, expanding on with Rosanna. But for now, you know, just as a blanket TPS check, I think she's great. Other than that, though, that's going to be it for me. So I hope you guys like this video. And I know it's a little bit different because it's not the normal shooting test, because we don't really get a full, you know, explanation of Sakura yet. I'll leave that up to, like, Sky, or, you know, not even Sky, just Sky. You could put Sephi. They can do it. They're lovely. But that'll be it for me. So I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely night, wherever you're from. Thank you guys so much for the support. You guys are the best. And I can't ask for a better community, so thank you.